In a moment that shocked many, a journalist pushed boundaries too far, only to be met with a poised response from Barron Trump, which turned the tide in an unexpected way. The atmosphere in Washington, D.C. was charged with anticipation as the Grand Kennedy Center filled with flashing cameras and the buzzing hum of excitement. This public event, hosted by a prestigious arts foundation, drew a diverse crowd of political figures and A-list celebrities, creating a formal yet electric ambiance ripe for drama. Among the attendees, Melania Trump stood out, not only for her elegance but also for her quiet strength that seemed to encapsulate years of public scrutiny. Clad in a tailored white suit, she gracefully navigated the room, exchanging polite smiles and brief conversations. For Melania, such events were routine, yet tonight felt different. There was a palpable tension as eyes followed her every move, judgment lurking behind each gaze. In a distant corner, an ambitious journalist known for their provocative style set their sights on Melania. With a microphone in one hand and a cameraman in tow, they wove through the crowd, determined to confront her. What neither Melania nor the guests could foresee was the crucial role her youngest son, Barron Trump, would soon play in the unfolding drama. As the evening progressed, the Kennedy Center sparkled under its chandeliers, embodying the grandeur of the occasion. Guests mingled, their laughter and chatter echoing in the high ceilings, while servers glided through the room, offering trays of champagne and hors d'oeuvres. Melania, as always, commanded attention effortlessly. Yet, it wasn't her attire that captivated the crowd, it was her composed demeanor that provided a stark contrast to the bustling energy surrounding her. Baron, now 18 and taller than many adults in the room, stood nearby, his mature presence quietly protective. While Melania engaged with others, he scanned the surroundings, a sentinel of sorts, embodying an unusual maturity for his age. The journalist, sensing their opportunity, approached Melania during a conversation with event organizers. With a microphone raised, they launched their attack, slicing through the ambient noise. "Mrs. Trump," they began, "your time as First Lady was marked by controversy. Critics say you stayed silent on pressing issues. Do you believe you fulfilled your role?" The question, veiled as polite, was laced with barbs. Conversations halted, attention shifting toward the unfolding confrontation. Melania, familiar with public scrutiny, maintained her guarded composure, but the question demanded a response. The journalist pressed on. "You've often been criticized for not speaking out against your husband's policies. Do you feel your silence contributed to the division in this country?" Just as Melania opened her mouth to respond, a voice sliced through the tension. Barron stepped forward, calm yet assertive. "Is this really the right time or place for such a question?" he asked, placing himself protectively between his mother and the journalist. The room fell silent, all eyes on him as he continued. "My mother has faced years of judgment and misunderstanding. Tonight, she's here to support a cause, not to defend herself against loaded questions." The journalist, caught off guard, attempted to regain control but was met with Barron's unwavering gaze. "If your questions were truly about public interest, you'd schedule an interview rather than ambush her in a room full of strangers." A wave of approval rippled through the audience as murmurs of agreement filled the air. Barron, undeterred, pressed on. "My mother has been criticized for her silence, but have you ever asked why? She doesn't need to raise her voice to make an impact. Maybe if you listened instead of provoking her, you'd learn something." The journalist faltered, their confidence waning. The atmosphere shifted entirely in favor of Barron, whose words resonated deeply, silencing the room. Applause erupted, starting timidly but growing into a powerful wave of support. Melania placed a hand on her son's shoulder, her pride evident despite her silence. The journalist managed a weak smile, offering a parting comment. "Well, Barron, you certainly have your mother's poise." But their attempt to seize the moment had failed spectacularly. The crowd buzzed with excitement, now more interested in discussing Barron's eloquence than the journalist's questions. As the night unfolded, the incident quickly spread across social media, with clips of Barron's response going viral. News outlets seized the story, and headlines celebrated the young Trump's loyalty and courage. Online discussions erupted, with many praising Barron's maturity while questioning the journalist's approach. For Melania and Barron, the moment transcended public perception. It solidified their bond and the values of loyalty and respect instilled in him. As the media frenzy subsided, Barron returned to his life, humbled yet aware of the significance of his actions. The experience served as a reminder that sometimes the simplest acts of standing up for family can send the strongest messages in a world often divided by noise and judgment.